All right, so we're on the record in the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Ryan Nikoloff, 221384, and appearance counsel. Oh, Mr. Semke, you're muted. I know this is just this one. Mr. Semke, you're muted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke appearing on behalf of my client. This time we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom.
All right, thank you. And so Mr. Nikoloff's here for a couple matters. This matter is with our MIDC attorney, and this was there was a warrant that was issued for Mr. Nikoloff's probation violation as Mr. Nikoloff was sentenced to treatment court, and then he participated and absconded, and so then he was discharged from that after the warrant that was issued had expired, and the court will just indicate procedurally that he's discharged from the program unsuccessfully. And counsel, as Mr. Nikoloff was sentenced to the treatment court, now we have to re-sentence him.
Yes, Your Honor. We are prepared to proceed.
All right, and what would you like the court to know?
Your Honor, my client's been in custody for, I believe, over 50 days, and he's potentially going to be in custody somewhat longer. I'd respectfully request he get credit for time served and have his matter closed.
All right, and Mr. Nikoloff, how many days have you been in custody? Oh, hold on, I'm sorry, you're still muted. Can you unmute, please, Mr. Nikoloff, and then state your name for the record?
Can you hear me?
Okay, thank you. Yes, can you state your name for the record, please?
Ryan Nikoloff.
All right, thank you. And how many days have you been in custody?
Somewhere between 49 and 53.
Okay.
I think I was arrested on June 22nd and June 23rd.
You said June 23rd?
I believe that's when Wyandotte detained me, or I was in Riverview's, I was detained by Riverview.
All right, well, I count 50 days. So here's what the court's going to do. The court's going to indicate 50 days jail, credit for 50 days. That will close out this matter. And the court will, it doesn't get rid of the fines and costs, though. Those still need to be paid. So you'll have to set up a payment plan at some point.
Well, can I do time? Can I do time for that? Because I don't plan on paying any money, to be honest. I don't have the funds to pay you, and I'm not going to have the funds to pay you. So can you give me time for that?
Well, there's not really a.
With all due respect, Your Honor, with all due respect, I'm not going to pay you, Your Honor. I'm not going to waste no time. I'm not going to waste
I
your time.
appreciate your honesty, but let me just clarify that you're not paying myself, you're paying the court. So I just want that clarification for the record.
$2,000?
Well, I'm sorry?
$2,000 or $2,400, whatever it was?
It was $1,474.05, but that may have included some other costs on there as it relates to.
Well, I don't want to come back to jail for non-payment. Can I just do time for those costs? I'm already here. I'm not going nowhere.
Okay, I understand that. Let me just clarify to see what the actual fines and costs are.
Okay.
regarding any oversight stuff, and then we can recall this in just a few moments when we handle the other matter, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, let's go off the record. Mr. Nikoloff, can you please unmute for a moment?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Is there a deputy right there?
No. I can call him.
Well, I just want to let them know that we're working on getting your attorney here.
Okay, he's not like right next to me. Here he comes. You deaf? Go. They want to let you know that they're working on getting a hold of my attorney right now. That's okay. He said that's good.
Okay, we did handle the our local matter, but we're just waiting for Mr. Godwin to log in on the felony.
Okay, Judge, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, and then we are going on the record in the matter of Ryan, the state of Michigan was Ryan Nikoloff, 2317444.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sean Godwin, P74500 for Ryan Nikoloff, who is is present with us from the Wayne County Jail over Zoom. I am appearing over Zoom. We consent to having this hearing on Zoom.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Nikoloff, your name, please.
Ryan Nikoloff.
Okay. And today's date scheduled for the probable cause conference, counsel.
Yes, we'd ask that you set this for preliminary examination next week at 1:30. We have another case set for exam at that time, so hopefully we can deal with both of those, or ask that you set this so we can deal with both of those at the same time. I did just get links to discovery that I'm downloading.
Okay. And so the court will set this matter for exam on August 17th at 1:30. The court will note that this is a Wyandotte case. There's also this is a Riverview case. The Wyandotte case is also set. So we will deal with procedurally how we're going to hold those, but since Mr. Nikoloff's in custody and Mr. Godwin is in both matters, then it didn't make any sort of sense for anybody's schedule to have multiple dates scheduled. So we'll set both, so both these matters will be scheduled for exam on August 17th at 1:30 p.m. And the court will indicate bond and conditions are continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else, counsel?
No, not at this time.
All right, thank you. And then where is Mr. Sunke? Is Mr. Sunke on here? Okay, Mr. Nikoloff, I'm just going to indicate on your other matter of 221384, the court is going to indicate that of that 147504 or 147405, $269.05 is in restitution, so that cannot be waived. And I can't indicate.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I was not paid my last week's wages at that job. Now, Mr. Zelenek, my attorney on the matter, was supposed to talk to the prosecutor about asking the owner of Max about that last week's wage of mine that I was not paid, and that should cover that 264. I was not paid.
Well, if you would like it to be set for a restitution hearing, we could do that. We could set it for August 17th.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, but as to your other request to serve jail time in lieu of payment, we cannot do that. So.
So what happens if I don't make the payment?
We can do community service in lieu of payment, but I can't send you to jail in lieu of payment.
Okay, all right.
So we'll set this for a restitution hearing August 17th at 1:30 p.m. with the rest of your matters.
Thank you.
Straight.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. This is calling the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Anthony Liberty, 231464 A and B, 231933 A and B. I'm okay, how are you?
Good afternoon, Your Honor, John Vogt for P 30758 on behalf of Mr. Liberty. Mr. Liberty, would you please put your name on the record?
Anthony Liberty.
I need you to be much louder, sir.
Anthony Liberty.
All right, today's the date scheduled for arraignment pretrial on these matters, and
I didn't mean to cut the court off. However, the one case, which is the 23-1933, that's a Riverview case.
it is,
So I'm assuming we'll just do the arraignment.
yes.
Bring that to court's attention before we get it to the rest.
Okay, and so as to the arraignment in these matters, counsel.
Your Honor, as to both matters, he would stand mute to the charges, waiver form reading of those charges, and ask that a plea of not guilty be entered on this meeting.
All right, the court's going to waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf on both of these matters. As to the 231933 matter, we can, the court's going to enter a plea of not guilty, schedule this matter for pretrial on August. September 6th, you're back here that day.
September 6th.
Yes,
That's a Riverview date?
yes,
Okay.
yes, at 9:45.
Okay.
Okay, and as to the court's going, I already made the formal reading, entry to be not guilty for the 231464 matter, and as to the pretrial counsel.
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to discuss this matter with Mr. Liberty as well as with the prosecuting attorney. It's my understanding, Your Honor, that in return for a plea of guilty to the amended charge of disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct would be dismissed, as well as the civil infraction of the general parking. I've discussed with Mr. Liberty his constitutional rights, he understands those constitutional rights, and understands those constitutional rights and wishes to waive those rights with respect to this plea. Also, Your Honor, this plea is to be taken under what's commonly referred to as 771.1 if eligible. I have also discussed with him what 771.1 means, and I believe he will be found eligible.
All right, please raise your right hand. Solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this man to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, and you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Yes.
As to the amended charge of disturbing the peace, you should be much louder, sir.
Guilty.
All right, and you've gone over your rights and rights, correct?
Yes.
Is that yes? Do you have that rights and rights form, Mr. Goldpaw?
Yes, there should have been one in the file.
I'm sorry?
There should have been one in the file.
Well, I understand that, but,
It was given to him.
okay, because it was, okay, well, that's the
I have
problem.
out of
Hold on, please. The problem is that you wrote both case numbers on the same form. So, can we just give him a new form instead of making a copy of this one?
Misdemeanor? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then counsel, this will be the 1464 case number then that, okay, so just add the 1464 A and B one. Joe, can we make a copy of this?
Yes.
Financial affidavit, we'll make a copy of that one. Okay, thank you. All right, and sir, I know you're signing that form as to this case, but you've already gone over those rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you understand all of those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your trial and appellate rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you also understand that you understand possible penalties as a result of your plea, whether in this court, or any other court or administrative agency. Knowing all that, you still have to continue with your plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does anybody promise you anything, threaten you, or coerce you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, Your Honor.
Council, you can see part of your client.
Thank you. Mr. Liberty, back on June 15th of 2023, were you in the city of Wyandotte?
Yes,
And did there come a point in time when you were trying to fix a vehicle and the police arrived at the scene?
yes,
And during that conversation with the Wyandotte Police Department, did there come a point in time where you became argumentative and you started to yell at them?
yes,
And because of your activities, did the neighbors come out and start to listen to what was going on?
yes,
And so you're disturbing the peace by your actions. You know, what the police were trying to do was to try to help you out, right?
that's correct.
Been satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the amended plea, dismiss the original charge per the plea agreement, as well as the parking charge. Please. That is. No. Okay. We'll schedule this matter for sentencing. What's that? What's that, counsel?
I was just explaining to him again, 771.1.
Okay. And the court will set this matter for sentencing on September 26th at 10 a.m. And the court will indicate 771 eligibility upon review
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, what time did you say?
at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Yes, to bond counsel.
Your Honor, we're asking for personal bond in both of these matters. Mr. Liberty has accepted responsibility. He is presently unemployed. He's been looking for more work. He's a mechanic. He has no prior criminal record. Our research, asking for personal bond. He's now accepted responsibility and will be back in court long before the sentencing to address those other matters, which are non-assaultive in church law. I think it deals with a.
You're talking about the
The
1933?
the rubber case.
Yes. Well, sir, okay, well, when's the last time you were employed?
I mean, so I haven't worked in over a year because I was I work on wind turbines, like windmills,
Yeah.
you see up north, and they took my license last year for a year because of 2 5-over speeding tickets.
Who took your license?
Nebraska and Kansas. They gave me 6 points each.
For 5
Or
over?
5-over speeding ticket. I swear to you, they tried to turn it. All I did was pass a lady on my way to work on a 1-lane highway in the country.
Hold on. So I'm going to presume that you were charged with reckless driving.
Reckless, just because I passed somebody out in the middle of the
Hold on. Listen. I'm not gonna get into all of that because I'm not in Nebraska or Kansas. However, so your license was revoked or
Pretty
something?
much for a whole year, yeah, and I haven't worked. So
Okay.
They took my life. So whatever.
No, sir, they didn't take your
Well, they
livelihood.
did.
Sir,
6
sir,
points.
sir, let me just clarify. The judge is not the one that behaved in the manner that you did, okay? Or a magistrate or whoever did that. So they didn't take your livelihood away. Let me just be very clear on that.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. It's fine. I know the judge didn't do it, but I don't know why 6 points is warranted over a 5-over speeding ticket. That's all I'm saying. That's
You
why.
didn't get a 5-over speeding ticket. You were charged with reckless driving, clearly.
Yes,
Yes,
that stemmed from a 5-over speeding ticket for passing someone that was going
Okay.
under the speed limit.
I wasn't there, sir, and I'm not the Department of Motor Vehicles for Nebraska or Kansas.
Okay.
Is everybody okay upstairs?
No, they're on the roof fixing.
Oh, on the roof, okay. Okay. So that doesn't answer the question as to why you're not working while you're here.
Because I have no vehicle and I have nothing. So I have no vehicle, I had it's suspended twice now over this stuff.
Okay, so you can't walk to work?
No, I cannot,
Why not?
because I can't, because I'm a journeyman millwright and I don't walk to work. I make $52 an hour.
So walking to work
I
is
will not
beneath
walk
you?
to a, yes, it is, absolutely. I will not work a regular job because I climb 2,800 feet a day. And I'm an elite worker, and I'm not gonna have some lady that called me in Kansas or Nebraska ruin my life. So I'm waiting right now to get back to work and get a call from somebody. So I will not work at a dog store. No, absolutely not. It's beneath me. That's correct. I've worked my whole life
So,
to be a millwright.
okay,
I'm not a dollar store guy. No offense to anybody that does. I don't cut anybody's hustle. But I know that I'm a 7-year millwright journeyman. So
okay. No doubt, sir, that you worked hard to attain that status.
Yes, ma'am.
No doubt.
Yes.
However, you would rather,
Be broke than do that.
can you please not interrupt?
Yes, absolutely.
You would rather not work
Yes.
and earn $0 rather than work somewhere and earn some money.
Correct. Because I will not be reduced, like I said, by some lady or man, whoever wanted to call me out there, and give me, and eventually turn it into a reckless and take my license for a year. So no, I will not. I will not settle for a regular job. Thank you. That's pretty much the last bit of the matter there for me. That's the last bit of rebuttal that I get after you. So I don't.
Okay, well, I'm not giving you any rebuttal because I'm going to indicate, sir, how do you support yourself?
How do I support myself? I'm gonna wait, so I guess I'm gonna wait it out. So I don't really care. What does it matter, I guess, is the question at this point.
What does,
In this matter, what does this matter in this matter, I guess, is my question, Your Honor.
well, sir, there are certain factors I have to take into consideration when assessing bond. And,
It's okay, whatever you want to do. However you, okay.
you asked me a question, you need to give me an opportunity to respond. So I need to assess how I'm going to set your bond, what conditions I'm going to set, if any. I cannot determine all that without having all the information. So I find it's relevant, I'm asking you those questions. You're indicating you've worked in Nebraska, or you've lived and worked in Nebraska and Kansas. Okay, so then I need to make sure that you have some ties sufficiently here in the state of Michigan that is going to give me confidence that you're going to be returning to court.
I'm from Trenton my whole life. So, and I'm always here, so for now.
Except when you're in Nebraska and Kansas, or coast to coast. So that's my question. How long have you been back here?
I don't know, X amount of months. Trust me, I'll be here. I don't want to warrant in my own state that I've lived in my whole life, and where I come back after every job. So every 6 weeks we get an R&R. So we work about 100 hours a week.
How long have you been back in Michigan?
Long time, 6 months now. Just about, since all this suspension stuff happens. But no, at this point, it's hard to get a regular job when you've seen top of the world, basically.
Well, you can't work for,
I'm a king. I'm a king. So I do my job, and that's it.
what does the king mean? What does that mean?
A king means that I'm the 1% in the whole world that climbed wind turbines in this whole world. So and I will stay and remain king.
King or king?
King, God. King,
K-I-N-G.
king, a king. A king. Because I'm a Napoleon. You know the Napoleons from Trenton too? That's another reason. We work hard our whole lane. You know that?
I know the name.
Yeah, masons, brick masons,
Okay.
break our back. I've had 2 back surgeries. I'm not going back to something regular. And now I know that I'm an elite level climber, elite level worker. I will not go back to something regular. It just is what it is, but I promise you, I ain't gonna leave this thing unless it's for work. And if I have to be back on the 26th, I'm here. On the 25th.
Again, sir, how do you afford to feed yourself, or how do you afford rent? Who do
I
you
mean, I
live
have
with?
EBT at this point. At this point, I've gotten the EBT card. And it's fucking embarrassing.
Okay, first of all, you're on the record.
Embarrassing, sorry.
So
I guess, I don't know, maybe I have to.
let me get this straight.
Man, I'm gonna get a job.
You're in the elite 1%,
I don't care. Okay.
and now you're too good to work anywhere else.
Yes, that's correct.
But you're going to have the state pay for your food.
Yes, because I've never collected unemployment one time, 7 years. That's why.
So, sir,
Because I
is there
paid
not,
you.
excuse me, is there not a union in the state of Michigan that you can work for that does
No.
the same type of work that you do?
No, because they're peons. That's what it is, because they don't do nothing. They give us 30 hours at a union millwright job in Port Huron, 30 hours. I don't do that. I do 106 hours.
Yeah, well,
I
sir,
don't have lunch breaks and brunch breaks as a grown man, and the union has no protection. So if I'm gonna work somewhere, I'd rather have protection. All these Ford guys, not my uncle, was my, I guess I call my uncle, my mom's cousin. He worked at Ford truck plant, and he's been laid off like 10 times. So I don't work for the union.
okay. Well, here's what the court's going to do. Well, first I'm gonna ask you, if you were to test today, what's in your system?
0, nothing. Weed. I smoke a lot of weed. That's about it. And I've been a patient since 2015.
So do you have a medical marijuana card?
No, I don't, and I don't need one right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell the cops when they stop me.
I don't even know what to say about your behavior. Sir, your behavior is so outrageous, it's unbelievable.
But how? I'm just.
You're saying nothing's in your system, then you're saying that there's weed, and you've been a patient, and you don't need a medical marijuana card. Let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to be submitting 30 job applications because you're not going to be unemployed.
Okay,
You are also going to go on job interviews if you're called. You're also going to not smoke marijuana since you do not have a valid medical marijuana card right now.
no, I
You-
will. Because I'm allowed to in the state of Michigan, ma'am, am I not? Am I not?
Sir, you're also allowed to use alcohol, and as a condition of your bond, you are not to use any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed. How about that?
Okay.
You don't have any alcohol prescribed, you don't have any marijuana prescribed, right?
Yep. I guess so.
And
This is not even a weed case, but I don't know what we're.
Okay, listen to the judge, please.
I am, but I guess I'm getting thrown to the ringer here or something. Yes. I don't know how I can't smoke weed in the state of Michigan. It's legal. As long as I'm not driving a vehicle, right? I'm just a question, right?
sir,
Whatever you want me to do, I guess. So I'll get a misdemeanor for this. Sure, how long probation? Laugh at, sir. No, am I just getting laughed at?
you are not. I am actually finding it unbelievable that you do not know when to stop talking. And your comments that you're making, sir, your comments are laughable. I'm not saying you're laughable, your comments that you're making are laughable. Your thought process is laughable at this point with what you're stating to this court.
It's not my fault, I'm not working, sir.
No, sir, it is your fault. You're choosing to not get employed anywhere. You're choosing to not go work anywhere because it's beneath you. No, you don't need to say anything else. Nothing else. You never know when you're going to get called in for testing, sir, so make sure you're not using any more marijuana.
All right.
And if you need it for medicinal purposes, and you need to have a prescription submitted by your treating physician, somebody that you have a doctor-patient relationship with.
2 back surgeries, by the way. Just want to let you know before they.
You indicated that, so I said no more talking. There's nothing else I need to hear from you at this point. You need to submit into the probation department or actually into the 27th district court via email, or you can drop it off. Since you're not working, you have time to drop it off, I presume. Proof of where you applied, how you applied, what position it was for. You have to submit those by every Monday for the week, the preceding week.
Thank you.
Anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, you can stop at the window to get the email address for the court, and then you have to stop over probation to get interviewed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right, we are on the record in the matter of City of Wyandotte versus Amanda Crowley, 231334. And we also have 22665B. And counsel?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. John Gold, P 30758, on behalf of Ms. Crowley, as to both matters. One, Your Honor, is an in-custody arraignment, and the other is a violation of probation.
Okay,
How would the court stand this?
well, let's handle the arraignment first.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Crowley, your name, please.
Dena Gish.
Okay, well, when I saw your name on your in custody list today, I thought, oh, that name's familiar. I think she's been here before, right?
She is, Your Honor.
She has been. She, have you been here though since June 28th of 2022? I feel like there's another one.
No, Your Honor.
No?
Not at least according to our conversation.
Okay. You don't have any, she doesn't have any other matters pending with us?
Not that I was made aware of. Quite possible, but not that I was made aware of.
Okay, counsel, as to the arraignment.
Charge of drug paraphernalia, Your Honor. I've discussed the charges with her. At this time, she would waive formal reading of those charges, ask her to enact her reading of the charges.
Well, I'm glad that you participated in completing this financial affidavit form, ma'am. Very helpful. And also determine your cost to reimburse an attorney, if any. The court's going to waive the formal reading. Enter plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment. We'll schedule this matter for a pretrial on September 12th. Be a great day. At 9:50 a.m. Are you on that day?
On the 12th, yes, ma'am.
You are, okay. Well, let's just make sure we're going according to the time.
Yeah.
Okay,
We have a bunch of them yesterday.
oh, we sure do. We have a lot. And so, counsel has to bond.
Your Honor, this time, as the court is well aware, there's also a probation violation. Ms. Crowley does have, right from the record, she also, Your Honor, is unemployed. She has disability, she lives on disability. She lives with her mother, who, on this instant case, called for a welfare check on her, and the police arrived at home. There was an investigation, and the outstanding warrant, originally arrested her on that warrant, and now have brought the present charge. She gets about $3,000 a month disability. We would ask for some sort of reasonable bond in this particular matter. Obviously, there is a history of failing to appear, which I bring to the court's attention. And if we're going to proceed with that recommendation, then there's a strong possibility, Your Honor, that regardless of the bond set in this matter, she would be incarcerated for the violation, unless the court is going to adjourn the violation.
Oh. Okay, well, she also absconded from Tucker on that other matter before as well.
I
So
understand.
that's a, well,
There's clearly some, both mental health issues that have to be addressed in this matter, as well as, prescribed drugs or unprescribed drugs.
well, yes, because my note actually on the other matter indicates she was supposed to have supplied a, she had an appointment with her doctor for daily use of fentanyl, which
I understand that.
is concerning in and of itself. However, Ms. Crowley, who do you live with at the home?
My mother,
Who else? Anybody else?
my brother, and my, my daughter and my nephew are there right now for the summer.
And what is your brother's name?
It's probably
What is your brother's name?
Chris.
Well, okay, here. What's the nature of your disability?
It's for mental health, bipolar, PTSD.
It's, and that is the sole source of your, that is the sole source, or that's the sole basis for your disability? You don't have any death or survivor benefits that you're receiving?
Not unusual for someone to
I'm sorry?
receive it.
What was that, ma'am?
It's not unusual for someone to receive it for mental health.
Ma'am, I didn't say that that was unusual. What's unusual is the dollar amount that you're receiving. That's why I was asking if you were receiving disability benefits from survivor benefits or something else as well as your own disability benefits.
I've been on it since I was 23, so it's gone up since then. They increase it as they see fit.
Okay. Ma'am, if you were to test what's in your system,
What?
if you were to test today, what would be in your system?
Heroin would probably be in my system.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Based on your previous failure to appear, you also have warrants out of other agencies as well, correct?
No, not that I know of.
Well, it was confirmed that you had 2 other warrants in addition to this, in addition to the warrant in our court here.
Where would they be run? So I looked at that, but I didn't see.
It doesn't have that on
It
here.
doesn't? Okay, thank you.
No. It just indicates 2 additional warrants with neighboring agencies, and that was confirmed through central dispatch is what the report says. Okay, based upon your previous failure to appear, as well as your safety for your continued drug use and the safety of the public from your drug use, The court's going to indicate a $7,500 10% bond. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. And I'm going to indicate GPS tether through Wayne County Jail. I don't know if they're going to do it since she previously absconded,
Understand, Your Honor.
but I'll indicate house arrest. Okay, there's that one. Then as to the probation violation, Ms. Crowley is on, this is case number 22665B. Ms. Crowley is on probation for resisting and obstructing an officer. And it's alleged that she failed to appear for probation instruction twice, failed to appear for drug testing July 12th, 2022, and she was sentenced June 28th. June 28th. She was supposed to have been sentenced May 1st, but she failed to appear, so then we issued a warrant. Then she was in custody June 13th, and we said they're sentencing for June 28th, and we sentenced her on June 28th. Then she was set for a probation violation hearing on August 22nd and 22 and failed to appear.
Your Honor, we've gone through those probation violations. I've discussed with her that she does have the right to a hearing in this particular matter. However, based on our discussions, it's my understanding she would plead guilty to the violation of probation. There also has been a recommendation, and I've explained that recommendation to her as well. Knowing that recommendation, she still wishes to plead guilty. Is that correct, Ms. Crowley?
Yes.
All right, please raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And you heard the allegations, ma'am, correct?
Yeah.
Is that yes?
Yes.
As to the allegation, ma'am, that you failed to appear for your probation instructions twice, how do you plead?
Yeah.
What's yeah?
Is that guilty?
Good.
So is that guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
As to the allegation that you failed to appear for drug testing on July 12th of 2022, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And you've gone over your advice and rights with your attorney, correct?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you understood all of those rights?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
And you also understand by entering into a plea that you will be waiving your right to a contested hearing?
Yes.
You understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea today, correct?
Yes.
And the recommendation is specifically for you to, for probation to be revoked, 30 days jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, and anybody promise you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea? Ma'am?
No.
Okay. Counsel, if you can please run to your client.
I'm sorry. Ms. Crowley, back in in June 28th of 2022, were you placed on probation to this court?
Yes.
And were you directed on more than one occasion, in fact, 2 occasions, to appear at probation for your instructions and you failed to do so. Is that correct?
Yes,
And also you're ordered for drug testing and you failed to appear for drug testing. Is that correct?
yes,
Defense satisfied, Your Honor.
Court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea. The probation violations indicate technical violations 1, 2, and 3. Counsel, as to the recommendation.
Your Honor, we ask the recommendation to be adopted, allow the this case to be closed without progress and we'll proceed accordingly.
Sorry.
And proceed accordingly, Your Honor, for 30 days. Close this case out.
All right. Ma'am, have you just been hanging around in Wyandotte, just not coming to court, meeting with probation?
no, I wasn't in Wyandotte all the time. I was on the street some of the time. I didn't have a phone. I didn't, I was doing things I shouldn't be doing.
All right, well, the court's going to order you, ma'am, to 30 days jail. We're going to revoke probation, close the case without improvement. And that 30 days is starting today. Right. Anything else?
Not on behalf of the defense, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, and we, okay, we're going back, back on the record, the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Samantha Thomas. 231336A and B. And counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Excuse me. Your Honor, John Goldclaw, P 30758, on behalf of Ms. Thomas. Ms. Thomas, please put your name on the record.
Samantha Nicole Thomas.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, how do you spell your first name?
Samantha is Samantha.
Oh, so there's no N in your name, and it's Samantha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, counsel? Yes, to the arraignment.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's one charge here. She would stand mute to the charge, waive a formal reading of those charges for that charge, and yes, to plead not guilty be entered on her behalf.
Court will waive a formal-
Sorry, Your Honor, I take that back. There's also a civil infraction of improper lane.
Yes.
I just noticed that. She would still waive a reading and stand mute to the charges.
Okay. Court will waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. Schedule this matter for pretrial September 12th at 10:15 a.m. Man, you didn't want to fill this paperwork out? Or only part way?
Ma'am.
What you filled?
Wow.
What did
I thought you filled
No,
out.
she filled out some of it, but
you?
in any event, I'm sorry?
I can't see on the screen, our monitors.
Okay. All right, counsel, as to bond.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that she does have a prior criminal record, including some drug use. She's employed at Henry's VIII. She does cleaning at that location of that nature. She has an 8-year-old child who lives with her aunt, I believe it is. She also lives with her grandmother in Wyandotte. She also takes care of her grandmother. Also, her parents also live in Wyandotte, is that correct? Her father
No.
has. Oh, pardon?
Sorry. My parents live in New Haven.
In where?
Newport?
Good thing. And her father has ALS and her mother has a stroke. She sees them daily, make sure everything is going along well with that. I don't believe she has any kind of a record for failing to appear on previous matters. We'd ask for a bond commensurate with the charge, which she can make so she can keep employed as well as taking care of her family.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
why does your child live with your aunt?
Because my husband died And I didn't have the means to take care of him. And she helped me out. So.
How long has your
My son's been with her for
son been
2 years.
living with your aunt?
For 2 years.
When did your husband die?
3 years ago.
And so why do you not live with your aunt? If she's helping you take care of your son, why are you also not living there?
I am not, I'm giving her custody of him. I'm not gonna take my son out of a situation that they live in and just keep uprooting him. That's not fair to my child. Why would I do that?
Because he's your child, it's your responsibility to take care of your child.
Ma'am, and I know that, and I love my child, and I talk to my child every day.
You just don't take care of him?
Excuse me?
You love your child, I didn't say you didn't, but you don't take care of your child.
If I had the means to, I would. She has the means to. She asked me to help. You don't know my situation, ma'am. Please don't do that. That is not fair on me. Okay? Because I don't have the means to take care of my child. You're gonna judge me. I
Ma'am,
make $800 a month. That's it.
ma'am, stop. You make $800 a month. You're indicating you don't have the means to take care of him, yet you're here on a drug charge.
Yes, ma'am.
So why don't you find employment that would allow you to support yourself and your son?
Because like I said, I'm not picking up my son and keep moving him out of like places. We went through enough. And he doesn't deserve to go through things like that. I am not in the means to take care of my son. My son does not matter in this aspect, ma'am. Do not judge me on my son.
Excuse
That
me,
is
ma'am.
not fair.
And the court does take that into consideration in determining whether or not it has concerns that you will reappear in court and any other factors in setting your bond. So please do not tell me what I need to ask or take into consideration as it relates to setting bond.
Ma'am, I apologize. My son is my world and he knows he's loved by his mother. I talk to my son every day and that's what matters. I try, okay? I'm sorry that I messed up. We all have issues and I really do apologize.
And you still, you live on, the address on file here is your current address, ma'am? No, we have two different addresses.
Street. I did change it. I went up to the post office and the Secretary of State didn't change it.
Okay. Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere, ma'am?
Ma'am,
Are you out on bond in any other jurisdiction?
no ma'am. I haven't gotten in trouble in a long time. Not.
So what happened to the matter in River Rouge? It just shows that there's potentially a drug charge. What happened there?
Got dropped.
And if you were to test today, ma'am, what's in your system?
Marijuana, cocaine, that's it.
Do you have a valid prescription for marijuana?
I don't need a prescription for marijuana, ma'am.
Ma'am,
It
You're going to
says
be on
for
bond?
recreational use.
you're going, excuse me, you are going, excuse me. You are going to be on bond in this court. One of your conditions will be not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. So that is why I asked if you had a valid prescription for marijuana.
Oh, I apologize, ma'am.
So my question remains, do you have a valid prescription for marijuana?
No.
Okay, then, moving forward, you're not allowed to use it.
Okay, that's fine.
The court's going to indicate based upon the charges, the criminal history of Ms. Thomas, the court's going to state a $3,500 10% bond. In the event you post bond, you're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed.
Ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Have a good
Ron.
day.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, off the record.
You done for this?
All set. All right. Okay. We are going on the record in the matter of, oh, sorry, is Mr. Oh, there we go. In the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Dena Gish, 231347. And appearance, counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Ms. Gijic. Ms. Gijic, would you please state your name for the record?
Dena Marie Gish.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Gish.
Your Honor.
Okay, and today we are here for arraignment as your client is in custody. Counsel, as to the arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, the court will accept and waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. And is Tina Lawson your client's sister?
I have no idea who that is, Judge.
Yes.
Okay, that's your sister. And that's
Yes.
Anthony's mom, that's your nephew's mom.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and all right, I think I already did this, but wait, the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty. I want to schedule this matter for a pre-trial on September 19th. At 9:30 a.m. Counsel as to bond.
Yes, Your Honor. As you're aware, she currently is on probation out of dishonorable court. She did just move to Detroit. She is on a very limited income. She collects Social Security disability. She is very, very eager to get into a rehab facility. She was telling me it was called Naomi's Nest. I believe it's located in Highland Park. She has always appeared on time, ready on her scheduled court dates. She has no history of absconding. I would just ask that all that be taken into account when assessing a bond on behalf of my client.
Okay, so Ms. Gajek,
Yes.
well, counsel, just for clarification, your client's currently out on bond. She was referred to the treatment court here. One of the conditions of bond was not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. And it's alleged that your client was significantly intoxicated.
Well, I believe I had a sentencing in front of you, Your Honor, maybe 3 weeks ago with her. Other than that, I don't know.
Oh. Okay, I thought, okay, well, maybe, but I didn't think we were there yet, but maybe we are, okay. So, the court will also note that notice to prosecuting officials has been completed and signed. It will make a copy and give to, Mr. Look, and so here's what, Ms. Kajik was inpatient in Pontiac a little while ago. And so what the court's going to do today is the court's going to have your client participate in patient treatment through the Wayne County Jail. I confirmed I can resume that again. And that appears to be the most appropriate place for Ms. Kajik at this point. I'm aware that the living situation between her and her nephew and her sister is not ideal, that is for sure. And where is it that you've relocated to Detroit, ma'am? Who's that with?
That to my boyfriend's sister-in-law. I have absolutely no place to go. That's the only place that gets me out of my sister's house. That is a nightmare. My life is turned upside down in a crisis right now. I wasn't sure if I heard you say, I didn't hear if you were going to take in account that I would need rehabilitation at Naomi's Nest. I'm not sure if I heard you right. If you will allow me to go there, Your Honor, or not.
Well, and what do you think that you need treatment for, ma'am?
I need treatment for alcoholism. It seems to me that my life is in such disarray and it's upside down, and I can't seem to get 2 feet in front of myself because I've been in crisis for the last 5 years of my life, just trying to get my life back in order again. And now everything is halfway between Wyandotte and my sister's, where I really can't stay anymore. It's just trouble every time. And at my sister-in-law's house, everything is between places. I don't even know where my glasses are. I don't know where my wallet is. I don't know, where my phone is at this time. Made a bad decision yesterday because I freaked out. I suffer from anxiety and panic attacks. So I thought it might be a good idea to drink. That led to drug use. It's not good.
Well, man, those are all conditions of, your bond, that you're not to be using those items. And
No.
you've been going to meetings. So what happened with reaching out to your peer,
Moving to Detroit, I have to set myself up a whole new AA meetings because I'm living in Detroit, not in Wyandotte anymore. I have my bicycle there. I can try to find meetings out there on bicycle, but it's a whole different city. It's Detroit now, not Wyandotte. Should have went to a meeting yesterday, but couldn't get to one. So made a bad choice. Forgive me. I mean, I really am trying to give it my all to get better. I've suffered 3 traumatic, horrific life events in the last 5 years.
Ma'am, I'm aware. I remember from the last time you were here. I'm aware of that.
Thank you.
So I'm going to indicate a $10,000 personal bond. You are going to be tethered to treatment through the Wayne County Jail. So you're going to be tethered to treatment for mental health and alcohol.
But what does that mean? Am I going
That
to
means
jail?
That means you're taking the ride downtown to the Wayne County Jail. They will process you, and then they will tether you to a facility.
What facility? Are you gonna let me go to Naomi's Nest?
Ma'am, I do not dictate which facility you go to, because I do not know which facility has beds available or anything of that nature.
Okay. So it could be Wayne County Jail, or is it gonna be a rehabilitation?
Ma'am, you're going to be picked up by the Wayne County Jail today. You're going to take a ride with them back down to the jail. From there, they're going to process you, and then they're going to place you in a facility that you're going to be tethered to, and you cannot leave. So, whether that's a day or 2, I don't know, but they have to be able to process you to do that. So you will be at the Wayne County Jail for a couple of days, most likely, before you're transferred to a facility.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, anything else, counsel?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll be off the record for a moment. All right, we are going back on the record in the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Bradley Hill. 231348 A. B. Oh boy. A, B, and that would be B 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right, and counsel, your appearance, please.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill, would you please state your name for the record?
Bradley Hill.
All right, thank you. Today's the day for the arraignment in this matter based upon your client's arrest, and counsel asks the arraignment.
At this time, Judge, we are prepared to waive the formal reading. My client stands mute.
Court waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment, schedule this matter for pretrial September 19th at 10:30 a.m. And counsel adds to bond.
Your Honor, I would like you to know that Mr. Hill currently resides in River Rouge. He is currently working as a caregiver for his mother. He's not currently on probation or parole. He does not have any other pending matters out of any other jurisdiction at this time. And after speaking with him this morning, he did assure me that he would be appearing at all future court dates, and he has no history of absconding from any honorable court. I would just ask that all that be taken into account when assessing a bond on behalf of Mr. Hill.
Okay, and so Mr. Hill, you're not on probation or parole anywhere?
No. No. I say that proudly.
Okay. And so what happened with your most recent matter out of River Rouge?
What do you mean?
August of 22, it shows traffic offense ordinance violation.
No, here, take this guy waved.
And also April 27th of 22.
No. That's is all taken care of.
Okay, I was just asking what had happened with that. And do you have?
I apologize. I misunderstood you.
Okay, do you have an issue with standing up, sir?
Yeah, I'm having an issue with standing up right now.
What's that issue?
I wish I can, I don't know.
Charles.
Do you have a back issue? Do you have a leg issue, a foot issue? Or what, I'm not quite sure.
I have a leg issue right now.
Okay, and so is it broken? I mean, what's going on?
I'll try and stand up, okay?
Sir, I'm just trying to figure out, oh, do you not have pants on?
That's one of the reasons.
Oh, okay, you can sit that down, sir. I was just curious, it was unusual for somebody to be sitting down, so that explains that. Okay, have you ever failed to appear in court, sir?
Well, that's obvious, ma'am. Yes, I have.
Why is that obvious?
I'm sure if you have register of actions, you can look at that and see that I had an issue before. But
Have you since cleared?
I haven't had an issue since.
Have you since cleared it up, sir?
Pardon?
Have you since taken care of the matters that you failed to appear for?
Yes, everything's taken care of.
Okay. Okay. And sir, if you were to test today, what's in your system?
Excuse me? Why is that relevant?
Sir, because the court has to determine bond and bond conditions. And so, given the charges, sir, the court finds that relevant.
Okay, I just asked.
So if you were to test, what would be detected in your system?
Oh, nothing.
And if it was something that was not nothing, what would that something be?
I would say nothing.
Okay. And you're a caregiver for your parents?
Yes. Yes.
And do you receive compensation for that, sir?
My spouse does. But I have to relieve her because it's a full-time care.
Wait, I'm sorry. Your spouse?
Yes,
is the caregiver and gets paid for that, but you're the caregiver?
We're both the caregiver. They don't give us enough money. They don't give us enough money.
Okay. And what is your spouse's name?
Angela DiMaggio.
All right. Based on the nature of the charges, based on the criminal history, the court's going to indicate a $5,000 10% bond. In the event you post bond 3 not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed, and we'll see you back on September 19th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
500, she said?
Thank you. Okay, go off the record. Mr. Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you keep leaving the Zoom meeting.
I'm here now, Your Honor. I talked to Mr. Smith. He says he would prefer to represent himself, so if I could, I would be sucking chair with him. He says it's too complex for me to understand, but I would still agree to be sucking chair for him.
Okay. Well, I don't believe that Mr. Smith is able to represent himself, counsel, so I'm not going to have him represent himself.
Very well, Your Honor.
They're looking to bring doctors into the situation. I don't need doctors. You don't need the people don't need to spend the money on a big court cost because they need a psychological evaluation, whether you order it or not. I don't think it's very feasible.
Okay. Well, thank you for your opinion on that, sir. Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
All right, we're going to go on the record of the matter of the state of Michigan versus Kevin Smith, 231353. And counsel,
Does
your
this have anything to do with the military?
Hold on, sir. Just one moment. Mr. Taylor, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Edward Taylor, 57166, appearing on behalf of Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, would you introduce yourself to the court, please?
Excuse me, I can't hear you that well.
Would you introduce yourself to the court, Mr. Smith?
Oh, my name is Kevin Francis Smith.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Taylor, please, if you can stop walking around and just stay in one spot. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you.
Today's the date scheduled for a probable cause conference in this matter. And counsel, you've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Smith, correct?
I did.
Would you like me to state my name again so you can hear it? No, nobody's
You
talking.
sure can. You sure
I'd love
can.
to say it when nobody's talking. My name is Kevin Francis. My name is Kevin Francis Smith. I was born May 11th, 1966. My social security number is.
No, don't put your social security number on. We don't need your social security number.
You're not concerned about it, that I worked or not? Because I'm not working now.
Sir, I will get to that in a moment, but I don't want all of your identifying information placed on the record or live stream, so that's why I stopped.
Don't I have a right to state a statement without people interrupting? Or that doesn't matter? I don't know. You would know, you're a judge, right?
Sir, I'm going to indicate that you don't have a right to that.
Well,
However.
may I just at least make my statement so you can follow through the way you should? Or you just cut me off for a reason? Do you have a personal vendetta against me or something?
No, sir, I do not. Feel free to speak away. Go right ahead.
My name is Kevin Francis Smith. I was born May 11th, 1966. My social security number is.
Hold on, sir, I don't
You guys
want
are real bad at what you do. Maybe I need to get someone else.
Sir, hold on just one moment, sir.
Let me just finish. Why can't I just finish?
Because I'm interrupting you, so you're not putting your personal identifying information.
I would like to. That's my right. It's my own information. I can put it out there.
Okay, sir. Okay.
My name is Kevin Francis Smith. I was born May 11th, 1966. My social security number is.
Thank you. Your Honor, we would like to place this for in-person exam.
Okay, you don't have any other requests, counsel?
I beg your pardon?
You don't have any other requests?
No, we just want an in-person exam, Your Honor.
Do you think Mr. Smith is competent to stand trial? Or do you think he needs to be evaluated?
I think maybe he could be evaluated. That might be a good idea, Your Honor.
I think I would need lunch. My toenails just fell off because I came through chemicals. My feet are all peeling, my teeth aren't right. I'm underfed.
Mr. Smith, we're trying to get you some help. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, but I
right
don't
now.
need a psychological evaluation. I need an MD, I don't need to give blood. I don't need to have blood tested. I don't need any kind of
All right,
added
Mr. Smith,
expense. This could be very expensive for people, you know?
Your Honor, ma'am,
This is about,
Yes,
this is Deputy Dwayne Provenci. The defendant is housed on the mental health ward on the 4th floor. He is receiving treatment.
right behind the bars, metal bars.
okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to indicate that the probable cause conference is held. Counsel, if you can submit the paperwork for the referral,
Actually, they're steel bars.
okay?
very well, Your Honor, I will.
So for a psych eval and criminal, you want psych eval and.
Your Honor, did you know my
competency?
Jeep was run off the road? They're stealing my cars on me.
Hold on, sir, hold on. You didn't want me to interrupt you? Please do not interrupt me. Just one moment, okay?
Of course, go ahead, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, I'm sorry, Mr. Taylor, are you asking for competency and criminal responsibility?
I believe so, yes, that would be good, Your Honor.
Do they know who the criminal is?
All right, sir, as of now, you're the one that's charged with this matter. And
Is the charge piracy?
piracy? No, it's stolen property and habitual offender second offense notice.
What did they steal from me?
Sir, it's alleged that you stole property and I will tell you what it is. It's alleged that you stole a box truck from,
And the maker of that truck is Mac. Do you know I may be the owner of Mac Corporation? And he
No,
stole
sir,
the
but
truck
it is-
from me?
it's alleged that you stole it from Dilgard Frozen Foods in Fort Wayne,
That's not,
Indiana.
we're talking about Mac. What about Mac Corporation? Is there a representative for him that will take responsibility on who made that truck? The design of that truck?
Well, as of now, they are not here, sir. So, but we're going to, and I'm going to indicate bond and conditions are continued.
Can we
We're
get a
referring-
continuance?
Oh, we're getting a continuance, sir. Yes, we are. Bond and conditions are continued. You're referred for competency evaluation, criminal responsibility. The court will sign that order upon receipt. Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, let's go off the record for a moment. Is Mr. Gopal ready on Ms. Parsons?
Ready on Ms. Parsons.